Yo, testing 1, 2, 3.
Now here's a little story that must be told.
2024 will mark the 10-year anniversary of GWYA as a legal entity. 7 years prior to 2014, in 2007, I arrived here in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, to help create an urban farming business, something innovative that hadn't really been seen before, not much predecessor for it, so it was very hard to get funding for it. And we continued to work for a certain amount of time, being as innovative as we could with marketing and advertising, gaining a certain amount of interest and traction, and then it was transformed into a nonprofit organization. As a nonprofit organization, it garnered a lot of interest from folks who were interested in urban redevelopment, more so than necessarily food systems. That redevelopment money came with a certain level of control. And around 2012, I was fired from the organization that I helped to create. I was stubborn and I was naive. And I was also super dependent and super vulnerable because I was utilizing the vehicles of the organization. So I didn't have my own vehicle. I was a father of 3 at the time, and much of my creativity and my life force energy was dedicated to that organization because it was still centered around food production and making sure that the people who needed the food the most got the food. So upon losing that position, I was very vulnerable. I immediately had to resort back to being on a bicycle. So this is just a slight reflection to say that GWYA as a entity and as a collective have built what we see to date based on starting from scratch, starting on bicycles, building farms on bicycles around Metro Atlanta, on church properties, school properties, private properties, public properties, and facing a lot of being ostracized, isolated, even sabotaged. I myself was attacked by a few of the key white farmers that had been getting a lot of support and promotion. And that awareness is crucial. Having people promote your work and create a customer base or an interest or a following, that's very crucial for any small business, especially a food production business in an urban area like Atlanta. I was also maligned by different local food nonprofits that were coming into the space in order to dictate the narrative and control the story of a sector that had been created before they had ever even been thought about. Having those experiences and learning to navigate those experiences has been a critical aspect of our success. At this point, we find ourselves wondering what would be the most valuable information to share for people who are embarking on this local food or urban agriculture or regenerative farming journey at a time like 2023. It's very different than 2007. So in 2014, GWYA was created and established as a legal entity. Still not owning any land, creating these food systems, these beautiful food systems, these agroecology centers, these urban oases on land that we either leased or had negotiated different types of agreements for the use of that land, which helped us to gain visibility and also remain as a business very vulnerable because we had been asked to leave different sites at different times without much warning. We have had challenges, both political and personality challenges with other different leaders in the food system. And yet now here we are. We have over 16,000 followers and supporters on Instagram. We have Patreon supporters that support us financially for doing the work that we do and creating the content that we create. We also have some of the best farmers market customers who come and see us at Freedom Farmers Market in Metro Atlanta, as well as Sun Food Market in Decatur. And that has allowed us to stay on mission, continue to educate, continue to speak about the things that we know are critical. We represent people who don't have a formal university agricultural background. We also don't have political backgrounds. We also don't have financial or entrepreneurial backgrounds in our family. So there have been many ways in which we are starting right from the ground level and making a lot of mistakes in that process, as well as innovating, creating systems, creating training protocols, creating curriculum, writing books, creating products, manifesting food system businesses that are owned and operated by women, Black and Indigenous people, and inspiring folks all over Metro Atlanta and throughout the United States through our media content, our YouTube page, our Patreon page. This helps us to encourage ourselves, to stay inspired, to reinforce that food is fundamental. Any of us who are committed to a life of sovereignty, personal sovereignty, we got to value the land. Just know that when you're vulnerable, somebody might try to snatch the rug out from under your feet, but there's always ground underneath the rug. To all our supporters on Patreon, we're grateful. To all our farmers market customers, we're grateful. Any and all of you who have the book, the Grow Where You Are book, look forward, because there's another one coming out for our 10th anniversary in 2024. Get ready. More information, more content, more production, more medicines, more events, more gatherings, more learning, more teaching, more growing. This is the time. We know that you have the passion, and that passion is good. I heard Dr. Michael Beckwith say about meditation, the 3 pillars of meditation are silence, stillness, and solitude. And from that meditation is born the vision and the discipline and the consistency that will propel you, as it has propelled us, to a place of success, even when people have planned for your failure. Grow where you are.
So the point to drive home is this. Yes, it's been difficult.